Why on earth are you making a build guide for Season of the Dawn, particularly with this awful exotic called XENOPHAGE? Well, hold on guys, hear me out. Right now, this thing is complete trash, but it is getting a buff of 50% when Season of the Dawn hits, which should be here in about a month. Well, I've got an awesome build for you guys, and it's going to be for the Titan. And with this build, I think we can create some serious chaos. What's going on, guys? My name is Mesa Sean, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. So, I was hanging out with some channel members in our Discord, and we were talking about the upcoming season and also XENOPHAGE, and kind of how it was such a missed opportunity because it could be a really good gun. And we started to do some testing, and then we realized, or GMD Geek pointed out, that Bungie snuck something into the Shadowkeep DLC patch notes that none of us realized. Now, one of the things that hopefully you're noticing on screen is I am using XENOPHAGE and I am never reloading. Well, why is that? Because Bungie made a critical change to one of the exotics in the game for Titan. When I mean exotics, I mean, of course, exotic armor that allows you to continuously fire the weapon and never have to reload. And you know what I'm talking about? Well, if you don't, it's Actium War Rig. Yeah, they changed it, guys. When you normally scroll over Actium War Rig, it says, well, steadily reloads your equipped auto rifle. However, look what they snuck in down there at the bottom. And machine gun magazines from reserve. So if you're new to Destiny 2, well, Actium War Rig, every 2 seconds, pretty sure it's 2 seconds, every 2 seconds it's going to autoload some ammunition into your equipped weapon. Now, the larger the magazine, the more ammunition. So if you're familiar with the exotic Sweet Business, the auto rifle, well, it's really a Gatling gun, but they call it an auto rifle. Actium War Rig works amazing with Sweet Business because of the large magazine. So every time, well, every 2 seconds, it's going to, yes, I'm using double primaries, just deal with it. Every 2 seconds, it's going to load a lot of ammunition with it. XENOPHAGE fires so slow that literally you just hold down the trigger and you will never have to reload. That's an awesome thing. So we're going to put together a build that's going to give you a lot of ammunition. So hopefully when you're doing things like Altars of Sorrow or any other activity or whatever new activity they're bringing with Season of the Dawn, you hopefully will have a lot of ammunition. And this thing's going to be a powerhouse. I'm going to show you some stuff from Tribute Hall 2. One thing that you hopefully are already aware of is that anything with a debuff is going to be helpful, and this thing really will benefit from a debuff. Itself, well, right now it's trash, and don't worry about that. It's going to get buffed by 50%. But the key is you want to use this when a boss or an enemy has a debuff, meaning you threw a Oppressive Darkness grenade on them, or they're tethered, or if you throw an Oppressive Darkness on them and you have Weapons of Light, that's really going to bump up the DPS. Now hold on, hold your water. I know next season we will not have the current seasonal artifact, and more than likely we will not have Oppressive Darkness. However, I think with the success and how everyone likes the seasonal artifact, at least that's the impression that I am getting, I can imagine that the next seasonal artifact will have some sort of different debuff. Who knows? It may be solar, it may be arc. I don't know. We'll see. What do you think it's going to be? Speculate in the comment section. Now, as usual with these build guides, we are going to factor in something that no one else does, and that's the fun factor. Do I expect this to be better than Izanagi's or better than Whisper of the Worm for killing bosses or doing the raid and things like that? No, but I could see it being hella fun doing the Consecrated Mine with a bunch of Titans and Oppressive, well, no, because by then Oppressive Darkness will be gone. I could picture it, yeah, and I finally found one of the rabbits here. I could see it being really fun doing the Consecrated Mine and having whatever new buff they have, or throwing tethers down. Divinity is another option, having someone run Divinity and spraying the Consecrated Mine with it, and having like 3 to 4 Titans, well, no. You have one Titan run Weapons of Light, and then you have 3 or 4 people running this thing. I think you're going to waste the consecrated mine rather quickly. And I'm not dumping on Izanagi's or Whisper. In fact, myself, I finally upgraded my Izanagi's, and I've been using it, and I love it. I can't get along, I've said this numerous times, I can't get along with primary snipers because I'm so used to the Destiny 1 ways, and I rarely ever sniped in Destiny 2. But yeah, I got my Izanagi's all leveled up, and I'm loving it. All right, let's go into Tribute Hall. Now, no really sense in going over the numbers. I'm not a math person myself, but safe to say this thing's going to be awesome, I think, once Bungie gives it the patch. So in Bungie's update, they said increase PvE damage by 50%. Also, XENOPHAGE, they say, unintentionally shipped a little weak, so it's getting a bump in raw damage. Machine guns have a higher ammunition capacity than other heavy weapons, trading raw DPS for ease of use. XENOPHAGE slides further towards other heavy weapons, such as grenade launchers and that aspect, but didn't get enough power back. This will correct that. So here we are just kind of messing around with Divinity, with Oppressive Darkness grenades, Weapons of Light, and man, I really wish Bungie would buff this thing sooner than later rather than next season. But Divinity more than likely will still be a viable option to debuff. You still have Tether and other things to debuff enemies, but we'll have to see what the next seasonal artifact will give. Now, when you're fully topped off on ammo with the build I'm going to show you, and I'm sorry I'm taking this long to show you it, you're going to have 34 rounds, and that's a lot of ammunition, considering this thing I think is going to be a powerhouse. Another great thing with this build is when you pick up ammo, well, you pick up 7 rounds. Again, that leads to you having tons of ammo. And I found when I was running runs of Altar of Sorrow, man, I had bricks everywhere. And for the most part, for the nightmares, I had plenty of ammo, and every time you pick up a brick, you get 7 rounds. And of course, just like any heavy ammo finder or any type of ammo finder, you will have dry spells. Sometimes there will be bricks everywhere, and sometimes you'll just have nothing. Now, the main perk on the XENOPHAGE is Pyrotoxin Rounds, fires high-powered explosive ammunition. Now, when you fire it at one big enemy, you will see 2 damage numbers. However, if you shoot it at adds, if you shoot it on the floor between 2 enemies, well, you'll see some damage there too. However, you don't want to use this on adds. You want to save this for big yellow bars, nightmares, bosses, things like that. You've got rangefinder, you've got high caliber rounds, and this thing has max impact, 100 impact, and a range of 89. Now, for the build itself, you will need arc armor. Everything with regards to machine guns is all about, well, arc armor pieces. So for your helmet, you want to go with machine gun ammo finder. And sadly, you can't stack 2 of those. You can only put 1 of them on there. On your gauntlet, feel free to use whatever you want. And then on the Actium War Rig, I put 2 machine gun reserves on there. Now, these are ARC, and if you pull Actium War Rig from your collections, it will come as ARC, so that's convenient if you need to pull it from collections. Now, Machine Gun Reserves increases the amount of machine gun ammo you can carry. You don't really need 2 of these. It only bumps it up by, I think, 2 rounds, but you could run this and then run, like, Breach Refractor if you want to use it on an auto rifle or a submachine gun to get more grenades, but that's totally up to you. I like to run 2. Well, I was running 2 just for the sake of this video. So it's going to steadily reload a portion of your equipped auto rifle or machine guns magazine from reserves, and the larger the magazine, the more ammo it'll send to the weapon every 2 seconds. Then on your boots, of course, you want to run Machine Gun Scavenger. Machine guns get bonus reserves when you pick up ammo. That's what's giving me those 7 rounds, and you can't stack these. You can only put 1 on at a time. Then on my class item, I'm running Oppressive Darkness, but that's not going to matter when Season of the Dawn hits, and that's really the whole point of this video, is this thing's going to be a powerhouse when they finally buff the good old XENOPHAGE. As usual, I am really enjoying the Top Tree Sentinel, the Code of the Protector with Ward of Dawn. I'm running the magnetic grenades because I love how they just have such auto aim and stick to enemies and they will explode twice, and you can pretty much run whatever you want in terms of Rally Barricade or the Towering Barricade, because you're not going to be using it to, well, you'll be using it to reload your primary and your special weapon, but definitely not the XENOPHAGE. But you can run whatever grenade you want. I just love the magnetic. But I love Ward of Dawn, Sentinel Titan, because I want that bonus damage. You could go Sunbreaker or Striker Titan if you want, but I'm trying to maximize my damage here with using the XENOPHAGE, because I think it will be a powerhouse with some sort of debuff, depending on 1, what artifact debuff we get, and 2, Ward of Dawn is going to give you that extra damage. You could use it with the other Sentinel optional classes if you like. I did a full video on the bottom tree SUNBREAKER. That's my second favorite build in the game. My first one is the Warlock Ultimate Healing build. Check out those videos. I made full videos on those two builds, the Warlock Ultimate Immortal Warlock Healing build, and also the bottom tree SUNBREAKER using the Phoenix Cradle boots are just amazing. I love bottom tree SUNBREAKER. And I just wanted to point out, I've been digging Helm of Saint 14. You know, that came in really handy with some of the Master Nightmare hunts, because when you pass through the bubble, you gain an overshield. If you don't have Helm of Saint 14 on and you took some serious damage, as soon as you come out of that bubble, well, you're back to having no health. So try out the good old Helm of Saint 14. That thing's really good. That's going to do it for this video, guys. And I've got another build guide that I'm working on. And man, I am having such a good time doing these build guides, because, you know, I was just doing news, and the weekly reset and Zur, and now I get to do news and also all these builds because it's really fun. But for the hashtag made it to the end crowd, I'll give you a little preview. I went to do a review on the rocket launcher from Altars of Sorrow, the curated version. I finally got it, Heretic. And I was like, well, I know rocket launchers are not the meta, but one, this thing's got insane velocity. Two, it's got demolitionist and also cluster bombs. And Bungie is known for changing things up, and no one's using rocket launchers, and actually the thing's pretty good. And when you combine it with a certain Warlock build, and sound off in the comment section if you know what I'm going to do or show you guys in this build video. I don't want to spoil it. Let me know. But yeah, it's really fun to use with a certain Warlock build, and I'll just leave it at that. All right, guys. So leave me a good old hashtag made it to the end if you did make it to the end. If you would like to become a channel member and join the Mesa Army and further support this channel, click the link in the description or click join on screen on a desktop. We've got an awesome Mesa Army community over on Discord, and also we've got a whole bunch of other perks, and also we have a clan if you need it. Just one of the bonus things. We're up to our 3rd regiment. Bungie, please make the clans more than 100 people. So if you're in the Mesa Army clan, yes, there's 3 different regiments, Mesa Army 1, 2, and 3, but it's all one big clan, and there's another Discord just for the clan members. So that's it, guys. Drop a like on this video only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at MesaSean. Check out my stream, usually and always on YouTube, and that's it. I'm out of here like Vladimir.